Today I'm gonna show you ultra-realistic text-to-speech model called Minimax. Basically, infinite amount of voices you need are here. We can also adjust speed, pitch, and volume. Create our own voices. We can copy and paste the text we want. Also, we can insert this value here to add 0.5 second pause between sentences. And we can also change the duration how we want. But for now we are not gonna do it. So let's insert this random text here. And we can see the settings. We have voice option. Now we have Radiant Girl. But we can also click and change it. And also we have a description for every voice. And we have a good amount of voices here to choose from. Basically infinite amount of voices you need are here. You can also see that these voices I'm showing you are already made by Minimax. You can also insert your voices and save voices you like here. So if you go to the library again, we can sort them by language, and we have a good amount of languages here. Also we can choose the accent we want, gender, and age. But for now, let's keep the standard one, the standard voice here, and move on to the next things. We have voice modifier. We can deepen or lighten it, make it stronger or softer, nasal or crisp. Also, we can add spacious echo, auditorium echo, lofi telephone effect, and robotic effect. For now, we are not gonna do it because it requires a premium subscription. So let's check emotions here. We have 6 for free, but we can change the tone and we can see pretty amount of them here. So for now we'll keep it in auto. We can also adjust speed, pitch, and volume. But now let's keep it like this and click generate.
I'd made a glorious tray of lasagna the night before, layering it with 3 types of cheese, because I firmly believe more cheese solves most problems. However, I'd made too much, and now the rest sat in the fridge, whispering, "Eat me," every time I opened the door.
So it sounds pretty realistic. It's pretty good. Let's start changing things. So for now, as I generated this speech, at the beginning we have 10,000 credits and now we have 9,700 credits. So for free you will be able to create not a lot of text-to-speech conversions. So let's try the same voice but change the emotion to happy and enable a voice modifier. So for example, lofi telephone. So we set it as let's click generate and see what we got.
I'd made a glorious tray of lasagna the night before, layering it with 3 types of cheese, because I firmly believe more cheese solves most problems. However, I'd made too much, and now the rest sat in the fridge, whispering, "Eat me," every time I open the door.
So as you can hear, it added the effect of the phone, plus she started talking happily. As we can see, we can click history here and you find everything you generated here. You can also download it by clicking on this button, and you can click positive or negative feedback. Also, we can generate texts up to 5,000 characters here. We can also enable long text, synthesize tasks up to 200k characters, but it will require a longer waiting time. So if you want a huge text, you can do it. Okay, I'll find some next text and we'll try the different voice. So let's choose some another voice. For example, we have a whispering girl. Let's try it. And we will have a different text here.
I put the plate in, punched the buttons confidently. 2 o'clock minutes, full power, and hit start. The microwave hummed like usual, and I turned my back to grab a fork. That's when I heard it. A pop, followed by an ominous whir, 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 clunk.
Sounds pretty good, but it does make a mistake here, whereas with minutes. So, as you've heard, she's whispering and it sounds pretty realistic. So let's try and see. The voice we are using now is man with deep voice. Everything is on default, so let's generate it.
Then came the smell. A burnt, smoky scent wafted through the air. I yanked open the door to stop the madness, and was immediately hit with the sight of my lasagna looking like it had been through a volcanic eruption. Cheese had exploded everywhere on the sides, the ceiling, and somehow, defying physics, on the outside of the microwave.
So yeah, sounds like a voice actor. Let's switch the pitch to 12 and see will he sound like a female. So let's switch pitch to 12 and see will he sound like a female or not.
Then came the smell. A burnt, smoky scent wafted through the air. I yanked open the door to stop the madness, and was immediately hit with the sight of my lasagna looking like it had been through a volcanic eruption. Cheese had exploded everywhere, on the sides, the ceiling, and somehow, defying physics, on the outside of the microwave.
It was completely terrible. It doesn't sound like a female voice. So I don't know why would you even use the pitch. It's better to select the pre-made voice here than changing the pitch. And we also can change the speed, so let's, for example, 1.5 speed and generate it.
Then came the smell. A burnt, smoky scent wafted through the air. I yanked open the door to stop the madness, and was immediately hit with the sight of my lasagna looking like it had been through a volcanic eruption. Cheese had exploded everywhere on the sides, the ceiling, and somehow, defying physics, on the outside of the microwave.
I don't know why, but for some reason he sound like Harold from Better Call Saul. Do you guys feel the same? So now let's just use the senior like this and generate it and hear how it will sound.
As I stared in horror, smoke began billowing from the microwave, like it was auditioning for a heavy metal concert. The smoke detector went off, blaring loudly. My cat, Mr. Whiskers, who had been peacefully napping, bolted across the room and launched himself into the curtains.
So yeah, sounds pretty realistic, pretty good. Almost like a human being. So let's also talk about subscription cost. We can see I have a free plan. It's about 20 minutes of audio, 40 languages, and that's it. Also, we have a starter pack with 100k credits, $12 and $24. And we also have pro and top up credits. We can also create our own voices. Just click in voice design and we can produce any voice, any type of voice we want. For example, let's click graph detective and we have already have a prompt. Graph, word very male detective, low pitch, slightly raspy, speaking indirect, no nonsense manner. And we have a text here, so let's click and generate. You will have 3 slots. It means that we will receive 3 voices. And let's wait till it's generated.
Alright, spill it. I haven't got all night. The dame said you were here, so what did you see? And don't even think about lying to me, pal.
As you can hear, it's the first voice. Let's hear the second one.
Alright, spill it. I haven't got all night. The dame said you were here, so what did you see? And don't even think about lying to me, pal.
Let's hear the third one.
All right, spill it. I haven't got all night. The dame said you were here, so what did you see? And don't even think about lying to me, pal.
Now we need to select them. Yeah, unfortunately we can only select one of them. I don't know, I will choose the third one, because for me it's the best one here. So let's name it graph. Select gender male, select language English, and have the same description. Let's save this voice. So now we have this voice in a voice library. We need to change the settings. And where did it go? Hello? So I just needed to refresh the page and it appeared here because for some reason when you click on some filter here, you'll not be able to drop it. So if I click use, I need to refresh the page to see my voice for some reason. I don't know, there is no menu to deselect this. So it's here, this little crosshair. Well, it's so strange that it's made like this for some reason. Okay, now we have our voice, so we can go back to text to speech and change our voice to the voice we just generated. So let's use the same text here and see what we'll get.
As I stared in horror, smoke began billowing from the microwave, like it was auditioning for a heavy metal concert. The smoke detector went off, blaring loudly. My cat, Mr. Whiskers, who had been peacefully napping, bolted across the room and launched himself into the curtains.
So yeah, pretty nice. As you can hear, sounds realistic. Yeah, like a graph detective. So pretty cool, you can generate any voice you want and use this for free. So I'll give this tool a like, and if I need it, I'll probably use it in my projects. In conclusion, I can say that this tool is pretty cool because it really gives you a natural sounding of the voice. So yeah, if you would need this tool for some reason, I would highly recommend using this text-to-speech model, especially that you can run and test it for free at the beginning. And yeah, that's all.